Anyone else have that game you own that you really like and you know is really good, but you just can't sit down and play it ever? This is different from the crutch game thing. With this, you're playing the game you want to play, and it's great, but you're like 20 minutes in and you have to quit or you'll kill yourself. Maybe this isn't as widespread an issue as I hope. For me, that game is XCOM 2. I love XCOM 2. I think it's an amazing game. It's super deep and complex, and the turn-based strategy is fulfilling, and I can only play one mission per sit-down or else my entire body will self-petrify like carbonite, and I'll never move again. It's like staring into Medusa's eyes. I don't know what the deal with that is. I used to stream it, and then I had to stop because I was getting antsy midstream and I wanted to get up and take a lap around my neighborhood, and that's the only game that has had that effect on me. I think it might be stress. I think the weight of your responsibilities as the protagonist of certain games is actually starting to travel through the TV and into my body. Like in XCOM 2, you have to basically single-handedly save the world from alien tyranny by giving every order your soldiers take. Not only that, but you have to set schedules for research projects, engineering builds, soldier training. You decide where to fly and what missions to take. Everything falls on your shoulders, and I think it's actually overwhelming me in real life. I felt a similar sensation in Yakuza 0 during the Cabaret Club minigames, where you assign hostesses to different tables and manage everyone's good times in real time, and guys would complain and cause problems, and I'd have to quickly step in and make decisions, and it almost gave me a heart attack, and I never touched that side quest again. I liked it, it was just too much for me. Also, if you've ever played Honey Pop, you know that the match 3 puzzles you do to induce orgasm in your partner when your character and your date are at home banging is more stressful than actual sex. I truly believe that. If you don't know, it's like Candy Crush on a timer. You have to match 3 consistently fast to keep the girl's pleasure bar rising. And if you don't see any matches for a couple seconds, the panic that sets in is akin to hearing a real girl you're inside of let out a heavy sigh. I assume. Naturally, I have no problems in that area. Hashtag piano fingers. Yeah, I played Honey Pop. One of my subs bought it for me on Steam. It would have been rude not to spend 12 hours on it. It's weird to hear the voice of Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tail just moaning like a gang-banged zombie sometimes. Honey Pop's a solid game anyway, or at least I'm solid when I play it. A damn. So we have to talk about swatting now. 2 assholes got in a fight over a dollar bet in Call of Duty. One of them's like, "I'll fucking swat you, bro." The other one gave him an address that was not his and said, "Fucking do it, bro." That address got swatted, and a guy was shot and killed. Both of these fuckers should be in jail forever, and I emphasize both because every article I read, nobody has anything to say about the guy who gave the fake address to someone with the intent of having him follow through with his threats. They showed pictures of their messages back and forth. The guy begged the swatter to do it, all smug about it because he knew he was safe given a wrong address to cover his own fucking ass. But no, all the attention is on the actual swatter, and this guy gets off scot-free? I've read nothing that indicates there are any charges against him. Now, the swatter is a frequent offender who's been found to be responsible for other swats and bomb threats. He even went for hire. I need to make sure you all know something here because there's a piece of information about this dickhole that baffles me as to why nobody ever caught him before. His Twitter handle was Swatistic. Like for a while. When you're looking for swatters, maybe start with the people whose usernames give you all the information you could possibly require. That's like seeing at 420 Blaze It. You think this guy smokes weed? Nah, we can't be sure. But I'm actually even madder at the other guy, whose name I can't even find anymore because the initial article I read that had it in there has seemingly been wiped from existence, and no other article has the other guy's username. I don't remember it entirely, but it was something easy to expect from a guy who bets money on COD matches, which is to say it's something douchebaggy, and I think the word swag was involved, so right there you can fuck off forever. He apparently said he didn't feel responsible for the death because he didn't call it in. Dude, when your username has the word swag in it, you should feel responsible for every bad thing that ever happens in the world. I will be referring to him as Swagtard for the remainder of this discussion. We have Swatistic and Swagtard, 2 usernames that would rightfully warrant everyone to look down on the gaming community as a whole. So Swagtard doesn't think he's to blame for anything here. You gave a swatter the guy's address and told him to fucking do it. You put a crack pipe pipe in an addict's hand and told him to smoke it. You put an automatic weapon in the hands of a bully little white kid and told him to take revenge. You put a drugged out actress in Cosby's lap and told him she wants it bad. It's atrocious, and it's what you fucking did. You and Swatistic should share the same prison cell. I don't care if one of you has to transfer to make it happen. Cozy up to one another and fight to protect your buttholes because you both deserve to be ended. The fact that a guy died has little to nothing to do with my vendetta against these two bitches. People will come back with, oh no, the police shot the guy, not the swatter, and not the guy who gleefully helped orchestrate it either. I don't care if the SWAT call somehow led to an extended Hawaiian vacation for the victim instead of a bullet. These guys are tools. Life as they know it should cease to exist. And the swatter's been arrested, obviously, but no word on Swagtard, the smug bastard who grinned into his iPhone while he set someone up to die. Best case scenario, a family gets the shit scared out of them and some residual trauma as a bonus, and this asshat is beside himself with joy over how cool it is to manipulate someone into doing something they were already going to fucking do. He literally texted, "Bah ha 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 ha," afterwards. The tooliest laugh you can possibly type, as if anyone's first instinct when they hear something funny is to first quickly pronounce the letter B and then go wild. Fuck this guy and his fake bitch laugh. I hope you bah-ha-ha all the way to your trial, and there better be one. If any of you watching this know who this guy is, please comment his Twitter handle, or Twitch, or YouTube, or whatever, because he deserves all the harassment the world can give him. But Albino, that's not cool. Oh, I'm sorry, are we overly concerned with the feelings of a guy who doesn't feel responsible in the slightest for this shit? We certainly wouldn't want to stain his brand or online presence with what we think of true facts he is directly related to, and he's definitely suffered enough for the involuntary manslaughter he's not being charged with. Swatistic, at least, is getting what he deserves. Swagtard doesn't deserve your consideration or your decency. Spread that shit around. Fucking douchebag. And I'm holding back considerably here, because when I get completely filterless with my perspectives on what should happen to certain people, I lose the crowd, so to speak. Most of you would turn around and sprint as far away as you could from my psychotic verbal vengeance, so I have to maintain a level of control that prevents me from going into sensory torturous detail. For instance, I would never let myself slip and say that this guy should be forced to take the blunt handle of a GameCube controller and individually knock each of his own teeth out into the back of his bleeding, salivating throat one by one, row by row, until he's choking on molars and gargling pieces of his gums before eventually spitting out his dentures like an old man after a senior citizen fistfight. People would react poorly, and so I, of course, would never say such a thing. But the moral of the story is that swatting is douchey. It sets our community back years each time it happens. You're pathetic garbage if you do it, and you're also pathetic garbage if you enable it. You fucking coward, acting high and mighty when you put someone else's life on the line instead of your own, you worthless trash. Literally worthless. It was a $1.50 bet. The bet was for 150 cents, and a guy died in a SWAT over it. Not only is Swagtard worthless trash, he's cheap trash. You're betting McDonald's hamburgers on Call of Duty matches, and you think you're not the lowest pile of recycling that's too dirty to even recycle, so it goes in the garbage anyway? Fuck you. Turn yourself in, but definitely don't hang yourself, though. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing some asshole's corpse was 3 feet off the ground. That would just ruin my conscience. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share that dude's name, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.